Hi guys, and welcome to the webinar about Simplero. I am a myself user of Simplero. I'm not actually employed by Simplero in any way. I'm just a user of Simplero. But my job usually is to help people get around the technical issues of having a sort of complete online business or a business with some sort of online selling in it. So I thought it would be a good idea to make a general introduction to the way Simplero works, because I see a lot of people having issues with figuring out the whole outlay of this very nice system, but it has a lot of features, and people usually get a little bit confused sometimes with this. So we're going to go through this. And if you have any questions at all, you can write them in the chat box. I will get to them accordingly how we're going on. This is a general introduction to Simplero. This is not a complete introduction to Simplero because it has so many features that it will be impossible to do this. And I have put around like an hour, 2 hours of my time into this. So this is what we can do for these hours. And then after this, we will, if you have any questions, we can maybe do a second one or something, but we'll see about that. The live play is recorded live, so it's maybe not as sharp the image as you would like to, but the image of the recording will be clearer. So if you have a little bit of an issue to see what's going on the screen, then just listen and you will get the replay so you can see it in more like sharp details. Yeah. So I will just actually go through this and see what's in, and please write any questions along the way. I will get to them. I don't have any people supervising the chat for me today, so I'm just going to go to whenever I have a natural pause. And it is also possible to come in and talk with me here if you need to. There's a place you can put up your hand, and if it's convenient for the whole thing is how is it going, we can get to that. I just now see that a lot of people are logging on, and the first thing I did was making an introduction, and I saw that actually nobody was there, but now there's some people in, and maybe you would like to say hi and write your name and where you're coming from. We have a lot of people from all over the globe. I usually teach only in Denmark, actually. This is where I'm based, and this is my native language. So if I have a little bit of a funny accent or something, that's because I'm Danish. And Judith, it's not in Danish today. It is in English because it's an international show, this one. So it's for getting everybody on. But if you want to ask a question in Danish, I can take your question in Danish and reply in English. And then if you have any questions after, maybe you can email me or something. Yeah. So I was just saying in the beginning that this will be recorded, and if there is any issue about seeing the screen, this will be better on the recording, because it's about something about bandwidth and everything. So if it's a little bit difficult to see the screen, don't worry, you can get the replay and you can look into the details there. And all questions are welcome. I will get to them every time I have a little pause. I'll go and check the the comments you have. There's also a possibility to come in and talk to me if there's any general issues or something you want to discuss more in details. That's not so easy to do on the chat. You can raise your hand, and I will be able to pull you into the webinar, and you will be on with your microphone, and if you want the camera, and you can chat with me if you want that. So, and I can see here's people from Sweden, and there's some people from Denmark. I'm based in Denmark, so there's a lot of people from Denmark here today. There's someone from Canada, Maria from Canada, Diana from Texas. So we have an international crowd today. As I said in the beginning, I'm not employed with Simplero. I'm just using Simplero, but my usual job is helping people out with technical issues around being an online entrepreneur. So I teach people how to market themselves online and get all the technical details to play together. So to get out over all those issues that can be in technical employment of all these things. But let's jump into it, and let's see if we can get a general overview of Simplero. Most of the people who signed up for this webinar are new to Simplero, so we're going to go through it in a ground level. And if you have any questions, please ask in the chat box. So let me just share my screen and see if we can get up Simplero here somewhere. So Now you should be able to see this, and this is the general dashboard of Simplero. And what we're going to see today is my account. So all these numbers are real, and it's not. I'm not going to shadow anything out here. So you can have a look. I don't care. This is in Danish crowns. If you're interested in how much I'm making, this is about Danish crown is about 7.5 Danish crowns to the dollar. So it's or seven crowns to the dollar. So if you have any idea if that's how much it is, anyway, that's not important here. But what we're going to do today is going to give you an overview of how to use this Simplero system. And you will be coming into this dashboard a lot, and you will be able to see how is your total revenue, your revenue to date, estimate for how much you're going to make this month, and all this stuff. And then there's a lot of things here that you probably won't see because it's something really old and it's probably not a problem anymore. This down here is actually really interesting. This is a financial scoreboard where you can see how many contacts you have, how many active leads you have. That's how many people you can actually contact still because they haven't signed off or something. Then you can see how many you haven't sold to yet. So this is something that is interesting if you're looking into making more profit with the things along the way. You can see how many customers have bought stuff in your business. So I have actually around a 10% or a 7.7 lead conversion in my business here. And I've made about 642 kroner for each customer in this system here. So I have sold other systems also. So it's not my only income, but anyway, it's a general overview of what's going on here. What is actually usually a bit confusing to people is how to sell stuff and how to deliver stuff. So this is what we're going to do today, is making an idea about this. And I would say the best way to sell things and to manage stuff is to use these spaces that you get up here. And depending on which plan you are going on, this will be how many spaces you have available. And I'm not really sure because it changes sometimes the numbers, but I think it's around 5 spaces to the lowest account, and then you can upgrade if you need that. I have 10 spaces available, and I've been using 5 up to now, then I've just added 1 more. The good thing about spaces though is that you can put a lot of stuff in there. And the space actually looks a bit like a web page, and it functions a bit like a web page. So let's go have a look at what I've got in one of my spaces here. This here is one of my spaces, and this is a place where I put in my online courses. Most of them. I have some of my other courses that occupy one whole space, then one space is one online program. But this space here is the home base of several programs. And what we can see here now, this is in Danish, but I have one about how to do Google Hangouts, how to put up your Google My Business, Facebook advertising, different stuff. And all these things here, they are here, and people can access them from here. But it's not like that you can, if you have access to this whole space, you can see everything in a space, because I can give people access to different pages in here. So they are all separate courses that just hosted in here. So let me just give you a demonstration of how it works. For instance, this one here is my Facebook advertising. And if I click here, I can see what's in here. I can go directly into these different pages here if I want, but otherwise I would just click here and have a look what's in here. So when you put up a space, this will be completely empty. There will be a front page, which in Danish I've called it forside because it's Danish, but you'll just be having this bar here, and you will be able to make a new page, and you click this button here. Let's just do that first, and we can go back and have a look at my things otherwise here. This is a top level page. That is what people will see in as a program, for instance, a name of the program. So this is a call it test program here. And then you can choose if it's supposed to be a content page, and that is usually what it's supposed to be. You can also make it a forum or a blog, but usually that will be what you need. And you can allow members to comment on a page or not. I usually put this to not because I'm not checking those comments anyway, so I don't want that. And then I create my page. And now it's here, and I can click it again, and then I will have this empty space here. And let's go back to this in a little bit. I'm just going to show you how it looks when it's done. In here we have, okay, I went into this one. Let's go back to this Facebook thing anyway here. Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna have a quick look and see if there's any issues or something with the in here. No, everything's fine. Yep. Okay. Here is here is my course. People will be able to see what's in here. I will have a page in front where I can tell people a little about the course. I will say, welcome to the program. This is what you will find here. If you have any issues, you can contact me here. This is a nice way to just have people be comfortable when they come in here. I give them a little bit of detail about how to use the program, that they can make the videos bigger and they can download stuff and all that stuff. Yeah. But the real thing is going on over here, where we have all these different pages, and here's all the training is in here. So let's have a look at this. Here we have some videos, and these videos are put in here one by one. They have their own heading, and then there's a page here where you can watch the video and people just click them. These ones here are a little bit different from what Simplero is actually set up to do, because these are YouTube videos. You can also put in YouTube videos, but Simplero usually says that you should upload your stuff to Simplero, but you don't have to. It depends on you, actually. This one here, the last one we can see here, this is uploaded to Simplero. And what we can see down here is that now there's a possibility for people to download stuff. They can download it in two different, in HD or in smaller version, and they can download also just the sound. So if you want to have people accessing this and downloading it, you should upload your videos to Simplero. But it's also possible just to put up stuff from YouTube, which is quite handy if you need to do things fast. Then you just embed them. Yeah, I'm just going to show you how it works in a little bit. Let's take this test program here. And now we're going to play with this and see what happens. I want to put up my new program here. And when I want to start selling stuff, this is where I will start. I will start with making this program. I will put in the content, and then afterwards I will make the program available for people to buy. And now what we can see here is now this is not published, and you have two possibilities to publishing, and I'll go into this in a little bit. What you do first is that you go here and you have this page you have here. This is the front page that people will see when they click up here. So you can make this, for instance, just an introduction, or you can put all your content in here. And let's say this is just a very small program, so I'm just going to put in my content right on this page. I don't want to have any more than just this first page here. So I click the manage content, and then this little box down here will appear. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger for you. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. So this box down here appears, and you can choose two things. You can add a text box, or you can add a media file. And that usually that will be the media file if you have to upload some content. And I'll just show you how that works. So it will pop up this screen here, and you can choose to put in things you already uploaded, or you can search for stuff if you don't know what it's called and it's not on the list, and you can upload new stuff. I'm just going to put in some stuff here just for demoing. And let's see what we have. We have, for instance, let's see if I have a video or something. Not really here. Let's take an MP3 thing here. I'm just going to add this and add selected. Now this little thing appears, and I'll be able to play this, and it works nicely. But it's a really good idea. This is just a tip. That is that you go over here. I hope you can see this. It says saying edit over here. You edit it here. Then you are able to put in a title and a body content. So it's like listen to this for better results or something. Yeah. And then you can add a little text here. This is important stuff. And I save the changes. And now it's a little bit easier for people to see what's going on here. So this is the way to do it. Upload first or put in your content, and then afterwards you click the edit button and you put in some text here for people. You're also able to put in some pictures in here if you want to illustrate. For instance, I like to put in some small illustration of things so it looks more nice. So for instance, this is actually something I did yesterday. So this is an image of the MP3 that I'm offering people, and I'm just going to put it in here, and let's see if it actually appears. Somehow it didn't. Let's see. see if you can. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So here it is, and I'm going to save the changes, and now it's a nice little illustration so people can see it here. So it's a good visual for people that they can see this. Yeah. So after we put in all the content, you can make an extra media file and text block, something. You can upload anything from PDFs, videos, MP3s, you name it. Yeah. Now let me just show you what you do if you need to upload a YouTube video instead, because maybe you have some stuff in YouTube and it's easier for you just to embed the stuff over there in a nice, easy way. Of course, it's not so safe from copying as it is in if you upload it here, but if it's not so important for you, you can do this. You just click this little button over here, and actually it looks like nothing happens, but now you're in the code mode. So this is where you put in your YouTube share file, your YouTube share URL. I hope you know how to do this. Otherwise, please say how I can make you a demo. But it's the way you always make the embed from YouTube. You just put it in here and press save, and then it will show up really nicely. Of course, then people won't be able to download. So that's, if it's necessary, you shouldn't use that one. I'm just going to use this now. Okay, so let's just go on to how you publish things. Let's say now that we have this done, and we are going to sell this now to somebody. These two buttons up here, publish now. It says here, make it available to everyone who has access to the space. And this is the button you will press if your whole space is, for instance, one course, and you have made use of all these menu points up here for just making every pass, every module of your program here, for instance. Then you would put this publish now, and then that would be everyone would be able to use this when they come into the program. That is if you want to give your whole program at once. If you want to use this very popular thing called drip content, where you give a little bit, for instance, every week, then you will always use the auto publish. Now, it is possible to change between these two. So if you have already pressed the publish now, you can make this change afterwards. So it's not like you have to do everything again. But I usually do this auto publish because it makes me more able to manage things. So it can do the same thing. So let's just auto publish this one. All right. So now it says this page is now published. Okay, but in order for us to sell this now, we'll have to make a product so people can buy it. So what we'll do is that we'll go up here and find our little man up here and press here, and I'll go down to my control panel again. And let's see here. So we go over to products and we press that one. Yeah, so now what we can do here is that we can create a new product, and that is what we'll do now. And now there's a lot of things going on in creating a product. So I'll try to do it slowly, and we'll see if we get everything all right here. The first thing you do is that you make the name of the program, and I'm just going to call it test program here. And you can make a tagline, super learning, for instance. Yeah, just for play of it. Okay. So first thing here now is, what is the cost of this program? And what you have here is the price without taxes, and this is the price including taxes. And you can choose if this is a one-time purchase or if it's a membership, a subscription of some kind. Yeah. So this is the first thing you have to choose. So let's say this is just a one-time purchase, and I will put in a price of 100 krona, for instance, just to have something. Yeah. Then you have to choose between different tax options down here. And that depends on what you're doing and where you're living and all this. And I'm in Denmark, and if you are not in Denmark, there will be other things here. But I usually always use this list price including taxes, because the system will always figure it out if they don't have to pay the taxes somehow. It doesn't matter. So I usually show prices including taxes. It makes it easier for everyone. Here is a way to make an affiliate program. So this is where you go. If you want to have affiliates, you can put in here, this product should be applied to one of my affiliate programs. And I have different affiliate programs here. So I can choose, for instance, that this one here if people promote this product, it is this program that they will be awarded something from. This is another issue, and it's maybe not something we can go into today, but it is a possibility, and it's a very nice and easy way to get your product out for more people. Now here is a welcome email. This is the one that they get when they buy it, and it's also the one that they will get access to the product from. So I'm just going to say, let's see, here is your access, or thank you for buying, or something, yeah, you know. And you put in some content and hi, and then you can put in the first name, the last name, whatever. Thank you for buying. Oh, sorry, I'm not so good in writing English. Here is your access. So, and it says a lot of stuff out here. Blah, blah, blah. You can read that when you get into it. But oh, sorry, there's a spell typo here. Let's see. There we go. So we go a little bit further down. Here you can choose if you have a maximum participants something. If it's a course that you don't want to allow more than a certain amount of people, and you write here. Otherwise, you just leave it blank. Here is your email settings. This is only something you have to fill out if you want it to be something different than what you put up in your general settings. I'm not going to go into the general settings right now, maybe if we have time, but anyway, that is when you put up your account, you put in what is the sender name, what is the sender email reply to, and all these stuffs. So you don't have to do this every time you make a product. I usually don't. I just leave this blank. Yep. Here it has something called triggers, and it's something that you can add later. It says save first, and you can add triggers. And triggers are if you want people to, for instance, be put onto a list of some kind that you have in Simplero, or if you want them to be subtracted from a list. And I'll get into this a little bit later also. The MailChimp integration is a good one also. If you're using MailChimp, you can make this program work together with MailChimp, and you can say, okay, every time people purchases this product, I want them to be put on a certain list in MailChimp, and then that will happen automatically. So this is a possibility if you want that. Now we can create this product here. And yeah, but we are not done yet. We are not done yet. We have to connect this product with the space so we can have people buying this. Yeah. And we might also want to do a little bit about the prices and stuff, and the order form and the selling page and everything. But anyway, the first thing I would do now in order to be able to sell it is to go in here into the content. Yep. Here it says, okay, thank you page. Let Simplero take care of this. If you want, they will just say thank you for the purchase. Now you can click here and people will be sent off to the page where you have your content. Or you can make something yourself, and then you make click here, and then you add something here, and then that would be what people will be able to see. Yeah. So files and content. This is something that can be a little bit confusing, because it is possible to make a product and not use the spaces. That is if you are just selling people just one video or one PDF or something, and you don't want to go through the whole trouble about creating a space, and you just want people to download something. Then that would be the place, and then you would just skip the whole space thing, and you would just add the file you want people to download here. There can be more than one file, but it's not very good if it's a lot of stuff. It's better to use the spaces, better for the person who buys the stuff. Anyway, here we are. The spaces are here. So now we have an existing space. Yes, we have. Let's add that one. And we used this online courses here, so I'm going to take this one here. Okay. And this has now been connected to the space, but it has not been connected to the product that I have in the space. So we have to go back in a little bit and make that happen. But now it's actually here. So now it's actually connected to the space. Here's something if you're using WordPress wish list. I have no idea how that works, so I'm going to go over that one. Here is the possibility to put in your tracking codes. If you're using some kind of purchase tracking, you can put it in here. And in the end, there's a save button. I'm going to press that now here. Yeah. So now the product has been connected to the space, but it has not been connected to the particular program in the space. So let's go up to spaces again. And we go in here. All right. And now we go into our test program. Yeah. And so what we do now is that we go over here to auto-publish access control. And we click edit. And down here, let's see, have I done something wrong here? So let's see here. We go here and get this one here. No, sorry, this is actually not, I'm sorry, it's a little bit confusing. We make this auto publish here. There's different ways to do this. I was just, let's go back. We go back to the program again, because there is this here. We go back to our products. There's so many things you can do here, and it's actually what I did. It's also possible, but just let's do this a different way. Here we go. Now we go down here to our auto responses. This is the person, the email people will be getting. We get in here, we click on that. And here we click on edit. And I hope now I am perfectly able to put in this one. This is here, yeah, okay, so I'm not confused anymore. So you go into the email they're getting when they are buying the program, the first email they get. You go down here where it says auto publish, and then I press here. So I have my test program. So now when they get this email, this will automatically give them access to this program. And then I can save here. Yeah. Actually, let me just put in a trigger also, just so you can see how that works. So I go in again here to auto publish, or to, auto response. And down here again, here we can see this page now releases on Spaces practice online courses and this program. So we know now this is working, yeah? So you can see it here. It's a little bit backwards. I think it could be more easy for people to figure out that that could be another button out here or something, but this is the way it's done, yeah? So I hope it helps. And now I just want to make a trigger. So I'm going to go to configure. I think it's also up here. I can do some triggers here. Because I want, this is an interesting thing to do, because for instance, if you have had a special list that people have opted into for getting the promo that you're doing for your program, and you don't, and you know you're doing, for instance, a launch, and you're promoting this product for 14 days or something, 2 weeks, and you don't, and you know you're going to send out more emails to people, then you can add a trigger here, and you can take people off the list that they were on when they opted in, so they don't get those emails. There's different ways to do this as well, but this is a possibility, yeah? So first time this is activated, you can subscribe them to a list, you can make a list and say, okay, I want them on this list when they buy, or you can unsubscribe from a list, yeah? So, and you can also resubscribe if people have unsubscribed, whatever. I'm never using all these other things, but I usually do this one, unsubscribe from a list. If I have a big list that everybody opted in for this promo I'm doing, and I don't want to have to take them out again, I can just set this up, and then I will be mailing this list, and these people who already bought, they won't get those promo emails, yeah? And then I here take my list and see which one do I want them to be unsubscribed from. That will of course be the promotion list that they were on in the beginning. So actually they're not on anything right now, but let's just put them on something here, yeah? And I'm going to save changes here. Yeah, and in any time you want to get something away again, you just edit it, or you click the things here. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chats and see if any interesting questions come on here. Yeah. Okay, so Erica is saying that the video is very blurry. That is about the bandwidth. I have the best bandwidth I can get. If you go in and look at the replay later, it will be better. So we're posting up the replay tomorrow, so it will be much better at that time. If you have any questions, please write in the comment box, and I will get to them in due time. So let's get back here and see what's going on here. So you will be spending a lot of time in this product area, because there's a lot of things going on in here. You can see here there's a summary up here. If you click that, you will see now that you are not selling anything of this yet, and it's actually not telling you so much. But if you had a product that was already in use, I can show you one of mine, so you can see how it looks afterwards. Let's say that we take this one, for instance, here. So this is my summary of a product. This is a workshop that I did in November, I think. And I've here's what the times I was selling these and how much I made and what time, blah, blah, blah. And people says a little refund here and stuff. So this is where you can go in and have a look and see, oh, how much did I actually do on this product and how many paid and la la la. And you have all these stats here that you can have a look at sometimes if you want. You can see how many purchased through affiliate links and everything here. So now it's a little bit funny looking because I'm actually putting my page up really big, so you can see it better. So it will be looking a little bit nicer when you see it. But I have put it up a little bit like 150% or something. So anyway, what we have over here is nice to know. This is the purchase links that you will need when you are promoting your stuff. And these links work like this, that if you press this one here, it says copy to clipboard. So you can always just press this one and then take your link and put it into any other place that people will click on it and go to the sales page, the order form, or if you want to send people to this product for free. And this is really handy, this freebie link, because then you can have your friends or your helpers or whatever have a look at it and see how it works, and you can also take a look at it yourself and you can give it to somebody if you want. So it's nice to have these links handy out here. Okay, let's go into to the selling place here. I have some quick tips on doing sales pages and other stuff here for you. Okay. Here's something here. Listed, unlisted, or closed. It will in the beginning always be what's called unlisted. So it's not in any it's not on any list that people can click on and see it along with other products. It's a thing that they can only see if they have the link for the sales page or the order form. But you can also choose to have it listed on your product catalog. And the way you do that, let me see here. I think it's under configure. You can put it here, but then you can't see it. I just want to show you how it looks when they are listed. So let me just go and have a look here. Let me see where I can see this. There's a page somewhere. Otherwise, I can go through a product. I'm just going to go out here just 2 seconds here and let's see. Because this one isn't on the list. I'm putting some of my products on listing and some are not. And that is, for instance, like my bigger courses, they are on a list, and other smaller workshops that I do just one-off things, they're not in the list because they can't be bought more than once, for instance. Let's see, I think it's on here. Configure. Oh, hold on. I'm just looking for it. I can't remember where it is. Just hold on 1 second here. Cute. That's irritating. It's probably under selling. Maybe it is. Listed. It's listed. Catalog entry. Here we go. It was actually where we were before. So it's under selling here. And the product catalog, there is another button somewhere, and if I find it, I will point it out. But anyway, it's down here. Product catalog here. Here we go. This is my product catalog you'll see here. You can design this with a header banner stuff and all this. And then here you can see a lot of my courses. I have about 5, I think. And each one of these, you can press here and read some more, or you can buy it now. And this is how it will be put up. It's nice if you have a little graphic or something, but you don't have to. You can also just have text. Yeah, and if I click, for instance, here, this will take me to a sales page. And this is, it's not really a sales page. This is just a read more page. It's not so elaborate. Let me just have a look at another one. Let's see here. Let's say we go for this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one is a sales page. I'll go into those also in a bit. So this is a standalone sales page. I can take this URL up here, I can post it anywhere, and people will end up in here. And so this is actually a combination of standard text that is out here. This is something I put in, and this is all this here, all this way down here. This is actually an image. And I've done this for a particular reason, because it's actually not so easy to make a nice looking, what's it called, sales page in Simplero at the moment. I think they're working on making better features there, but anyway, it's I've done that because I want some more graphic stuff in there, and the graphics are a little bit difficult to handle. Anyway, this is the most elaborate sales page I have in Simplero. This is with a video also, so I can press this one here, and it will play a video. Let's see what happens. I can have this here, and people get this little talk here. Yeah. And then there's a big image here. I've made this in Canva. I can definitely recommend using Canva for making this these images here. And by the way, this looks very nice, usually on every computer and also on cell phones. So even if it's a little bit blurry now, it actually looks nice. And usually it's a problem with text on images, but I think this is a nice solution if you want to have a little bit more impact on your sales pages. I'll just show you how it works in a little bit. Okay, let's go back here. Now, what you can see here is that I made some catalog entry remarks here. That is what people see out on the catalog page. So a little bit of some info here. Then it says down here, primary sales page. What should that be? Do we want people to go to the catalog page? Do we want people to have a sales page? This is the one that we saw before. Or do we want it to go to an external URL? And this is if you have another sales page in some other system that you wanted to go to. And actually, you can choose anything. So you have your own homepage and you want to make a sales page on your own web page, fine, you can do that then. Yeah. So that if the people are out here on the catalog site and they click the read more button, it will go to the external URL sales page. But I've made this, this one here is a Facebook one here. Let's see what happens here. This is actually, I think, the one where I have only an image. Let's have a look at that one. This is the standalone sales page. If there's nothing here now and then you come in with a product, there's no sales page, I will go back to that. Then you will just add the sales page and start working on it. Let's have a look at this one here. I've actually worked a lot on this because I thought that the sales pages was a big issue, that I couldn't really make it nice looking and put in my graphics so it looked nice. So I made this other way. That this whole thing is an image that I made in Canva. So you go to Canva and you make a really huge image here. And this is about, I think it's about 900 pixels wide, and then I think it's about 5,000 long or something, so it's really big. And this thing here in the bottom is then just a place and a button. So all this up here is just an image. So this is a tip for you if you want to make a nice looking sales page here. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to check the chat for a second. Yeah, let's see what's happening here. Oh, let me just stop the screen share for a second. What is the refresh arrow for the next to the freebie link in product? Yeah, okay, I just need to understand what you said. The refresh button is so that you can annul all the links you've sent out before. So for instance, if you just send out three freebie links to people, and you don't want this link to go around all over the place, because people would of course be able to share that, then you can refresh it, and then those links will not work anymore. So then that will make a new freebie link that you can send out to people. So if you want to be more secure around your freebie links, then you can press that one. What is that software you used for your images? Yeah, this is called Canva. This is an excellent software, which is primarily either very cheap or free. and you can make all sorts of graphic stuff in there. It's really nice, and it can do a lot of stuff. I do all my own graphics. I have had my logo designed, but otherwise I do all my own graphics usually, so I can really recommend that one. Can I make the spaces in my product before paying for Simplero? It takes some time for me to do the work. Yeah, you can do your spaces actually, sort of. You can do whatever is needed to make your menus, your pages. So you can name all the pages. You can make your layout and see, okay, this is module 1, module 2, whatever. But you cannot upload that much. They have a limit of, I don't know, a very small amount of uploadable data that you can do for free. However, if you're doing YouTube videos, and that's a little bit going around the system, but if you're doing YouTube videos and that's it, and maybe just a little bit of text or something, then you would be able to put the whole thing up first. But the general idea is that they don't want you to use a lot of space for in their database and all that without paying. So that makes sense, of course, yeah. So, but you can do the whole outlay of how this is going to look before you hit the paying button, yeah. Okay. How do I take an existing email list and bring it into Simplero? Let's get to that later. Yeah. Okay, so this is those were the questions until now, I think. Yeah, so let's go back and see what we came for here. So what you should be, oh, sorry, I have to share my screen. You can have a lot of pages open at the same time. It will work still, but I don't want to have all this stuff up here now because it makes me confused. So I'm just going to put them down here. Okay. So down here, we're still into this configuring selling area. Let's see what we're actually in, so I'm not confusing things. We are in the selling area. So we go back here. We have created a sales page. Let's say we don't have to. You can also just send people directly to the order form. But anyway, we'll get to that. You can put in a header image that will be on top of the product when they buy it, and you can have a product image here. So you can, so you upload that. That will be the one that's displaying out on the catalog page, so people can see it there. Okay, so we haven't made any changes here. Let's go back to our test product so we can make a few demos over there. Yeah. All right, let's go into here, the prices, which is very, very extensive. You can do a lot of stuff in here. Now, what I've done here is that when I created the product, I just use this is called simple price. It's just the first price you put in here. Then you can make a lot of different things here. You can add another list price, or you can make secret prices. And this is really looking funny because I've made this screen so big. So just hold on, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Oh, nothing. Nah, it's not working. I'm just going to get it up again. Yeah. Anyway, it looks a little funny here, but they will be listed a little bit more like under each other here when you see it on your screen. Anyway, you can make a secret price. This is actually just a link. You make a link here. You say, okay, this is a price that I only give sometimes to people if they are very nice to me or something. And I can call this, or I can make a promo or something. It now says student discount. Or for instance, I usually give discounts to people who buy my one-on-one time. Then I tell them, okay, you can have this is like a recurring customers or something like that. So this is the name of your price. Then you can again go through all this stuff here and say, okay, this is a purchase or this is a subscription. Then there is a special thing here, which is only when you make another price than the simple price. Then it says authorize only, don't charge until I say so. And this is if you're doing usually if you're doing something that has to be shipped, as if you have a physical item that you want to send to people. And there is some rules around that. If you're sending stuff, you shouldn't charge them until you're actually shipping the product. So this is a way to do this. Then they will just pay and they will look normal, and then you just charge the credit card when you're actually shipping your stuff away. Then there's a donation. so you can have people donate more than the price indicated. I haven't used that yet. I might be using it for some things later. I haven't done it, so but it should work also. And then also again, you have how much should it cost, and if you want to make it in installments, then it's also possible. We can just do that a little bit also. Down here, we have chosen now that this is a secret link. If I want to make it a coupon code or something else, I can also choose this now here, but anyway. And here we have how many seats are available for this price. So for instance, if you're doing a promo and you say there's only 20 of these available, then you can put in here 20. And it says seats, but anyway, it's items or whatever. So, oh, sorry, it went out again. I think I pressed the enter button. Let's go in again here. I edited here. Let's go back down here and see what happens down here. Here is also a very nice feature. You can make this a campaign price. So you, of course, can tell people this is only available for a week until this date. And let's try and see what happens if we do that. You click here, and then, whoops, you can choose the date. So let's say this is available from tomorrow, and it is available until 8:46 p.m. And then it's available on, oh, sorry, this is from, yeah, of course, this is from 8:46 p.m. And then it's available until the 22nd at this time, for instance. So you can completely choose this how you want. Then this is a nice feature because people always like to save some money. So this price here, if you use this feature here, this says replace another price while active. So if you give out, now this is a secret link. So if I send this link out to people and say, you can buy this now, this is 50% off, whatever. If I use this one, then it will show up in the order form with this price scratched out, and I will get, I can see what was the before price and what is the price now. And this is a nice feature, I think, because we all like to save money. And if you see, okay, this was now, it was 100 krona, now it's only 20, I save a lot of money, then I'm more inclined to buy it. So it's a good idea to use this one if you're doing promotions on price. Yeah. Good. This, I will show you just a little bit how it looks. Yeah. But let's see how, did I actually put a price on here? I think we should maybe put in actually something here. So it's not for free. Let's say it's 20. Yeah. Let's save it here. I don't have things that are so cheap, but anyway, this is just for fun. Okay, let's go down here. Engagement. Now, this is a new thing. This is something you can do if you want to sell stuff to people who have already bought something else. So for instance, if this is an upgrade for a product that you did before, or it's level 2 or whatever, and you want to be sure that people actually bought level 1. Or you can say this is for everyone who bought something from me before. So for instance, I can say now people have to have bought all of the products listed checked below. So these are all the products that I have on sale here. So if I want to say, okay, people have to have bought this one and this one and this one in order to purchase this one, then the system will go and say to a person who tries to buy through this link, sorry, you cannot buy this because you have to have this access before or something. So if you have those needs, that is possible. You can also, for instance, say at least one of the products listed checked below. So if you want to make sure that people actually are customers already and you're only giving this to new to recurrent customers, then you could of course just check everything off that you want them to, maybe everything if it's what you're doing. Anyway, okay. I'm just going to leave those off again because I'm not using it right now. No additional requirements. Okay, so I hope that was clear. Now, here we have payment options. And this is a very big thing. This, not so long ago, this brilliant payment option called Stripe became available, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is extremely easy. It works smoothly. It puts the money in your bank, and it works just like a charm. So I wouldn't use anything else. You might want to use PayPal if you're in a country where PayPal is really, really very popular. In Denmark, people are usually a little bit afraid of PayPal, so it's not a good idea for Denmark. But US, they used PayPal for ages, so you can use that. However, I think there still is a problem about making recurring payments through PayPal. So if you're doing any type of installment payments, so if you're putting the price in different chunks so people can buy in chunks, then you should never use PayPal. And then you can have this, you can use this called automatic charge only. You can also choose that people cannot buy this through bank transfer. And I'm not using this at all. I used to have in the beginning also possibility to people can buy this through bank transfers, but it's a lot of problems. There's a lot, you have to check your bank account all the time and give people access manually and all that stuff. So if you have, I'm only using credit card payments myself, but it is a possibility to have that on option of payment also. But in any way, each product you make, you can choose for each price if this product is if this price is able to be purchased in a different way. So this one is unrestricted. So if I had the ability to take money through bank transfers or cash or whatever, then I would leave this unrestricted. Otherwise, I would make automatic charge only. So that is the only thing that comes up. It's you can pay this with your credit card. Yeah. Then there's always get auto charge, and that is if people are paying something in chunks, then it's a good idea to put this here so that you're sure that you get your money for each installment, and it works really nicely if it's set up right. Yeah. So let's say that we're using this. Okay. Okay, let me just have a quick check for see if there's any questions now. Okay. Nope. So, okay. Now let's have a look at how this looks here. Now we have a list price. This is our normal price. And down here we have this special secret price. It's also possible to make a coupon code price. And then that is actually the same as this link. And then you will be able to give people some kind of code that you generate yourself and say, you put it in this word and you will get this, this price. This is a way to do it. I usually use the secret prices. It's easier for people that don't have to put in anything. So this looks nicer, yeah? And now we can see this is available between 15th of January. Let's just edit this because otherwise we won't be able to see how it looks on the order form. So let's go back here and say that this is available from right now. Let's say, now this is okay. I'm just gonna save this. So if you want to check that this works, make sure that this date is the current date. Otherwise, it will not show up on your order form. And then you go, where's my price? And I thought I made this secret or something. But this is, of course, important to put in the right date. Now, let's have a look. Here you can grab the link to this secret price, and you can put it in your emails or whatever you were selling with, Facebook or whatever. And this will be the link to, also, this is the same link. So this will go to the sales page, the order form. And over here, you can disable this. It's also nice to know that you can just click here. This price will not work anymore. Okay, let's go and see how it looks in the order form. Sorry. Okay. This is the order form and it's scaled up. So you know this is a bit big. Usually you'll be able to see a little bit more through this here. Here we can see down here on the payment options, and this is all this is in Danish. You can go and check it out. It'll be in English if you are set up in English, and it's just something about getting news, and I've understood the terms and conditions and all that. Okay, down here we have, now we can see here, this is a recurring customer price. So these people get it for 20 Danish crowns and less of 10, or 100, sorry. And it says here, you can only pay via credit card, Visa, or MasterCard. And then it has this little logo here. So this is really nice and looks great, I think. Okay, let's go and customize the order form a little bit. I've had I have some ideas around this. I've tested a bit of things to see if it's easier to get people to buy stuff. We have this here, the order form. We can make it look different here. First of all, we can decide if we need the billing address of people and if we need the company name. So if we are really interested in getting this information, we can check these things. If we just want to have people buying it as soon as possible without putting in a lot of stuff, we can leave this blank. So it's going to work perfectly anyway. Here we can choose if it's possible for people to buy this for somebody else. I have never had this happen, but it's of course okay if you want to do this. You can allow customers to give it as a gift also. So if they want that, I have also never had this happen before. Here you can also say, okay, how many participants is available in this price? And yeah, I have never had anything else than one. But if you're doing some kind of promo where you want to give 2 seats for one price or something like that, then it's a possibility to have 2 participants, for instance, here. Good. Now, let's see here. We have the custom text before the form, and then we have some text we can put in after the form. And let me see what we have over here. Let's go have a look at my catalog. I just want to show you something I do that I think works nice. Yeah, let's go in here. Let's say I wanted to buy this. This is a MailChimp product, and I'm going to buy this. So I'm going to go into the the order form. I'm in the order form here. Then I put in a little bit of text here. I'm saying, very good. Now you're making a really good investment for your business or something here. And then out in the corner here on the sidebar, I have put in that image that I made in Canva, and which is also on the sales page. So people, they can see this again if they want. They can read it again. And you can also put some other text or some other images, maybe the images of the graphic stuff you have around your program. You can put them out here in the sidebar. So people, they know it's the right product. I can see, okay, this is, again, I can read it one more time if I want, because there's a little bit of space here going on, and people have to do a lot of stuff, and it's actually nice to have some kind of security around that is the right product. I can read it again, something like that. I think it works nice. You can also have a little bit of text in the bottom, and here I have put in, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to write to me, or you can put in your phone number or something. So if you're selling something that is a bit pricey in somebody's opinion, it's a good idea to write. If you have any questions before buying, because this is where people will be hesitating before entering their purchase down here, you can put in your phone number, and it's a really good idea if you're selling a nice long, a bit pricey program, let people call you or write to you, and then you'll be more able to make more sales. So if people are hesitant, then can always get in contact with you. So it's a bit more, it's more soothing somehow. Yeah. Okay. So the order form, like I said, it's here. The sidebar is here. You can upload images or you can upload media. So if you have some kind of a sales letter on video, you can also upload that. So it's also a possibility. Yeah, down here we have a little bit more stuff. If you need some more information about your customers, then you can add, for instance, their mobile phone, their homepage. You can add in some more buttons if you need. It's depends on what you're selling. If you need all this stuff, I usually don't need it myself, but it's nice to know that it's possible to put in here. It could, for instance, be that you need some kind of a date. Maybe people are signing up for a special time or something. If you're using this to sell your one-on-one time, then it could be a possibility that people put in the date and time that they want to be talking to you or something like that. It could also be that people have to answer some questions, and you have some radio buttons that you can put in some questions. People can answer those and whatnot. So if you need that, you can put in extra fields here. Okay. Let's go and see. I'm just going to check the chat one more time, see if there's anything in. Someone says that I have to run. That's okay. There will be a replay, of course, so you can see it again. So no problem. Okay, let's go to the sales page. Now, down here, if you clicked on this one, you will be sent to the sales page. It's not going to open the way you can make a new one. So you have to actually go into selling here, and you can then choose a sales page down here. Oh, sorry. No. Yep, down here we go. I don't know. This says sales page up here, primary sales, but it comes here. Sales pages, yeah? Add new sales page. Let's go and see. So you give it a name, and it's probably a good idea to give it the name of your product. So let's just say test program here. So, and by the way, you can have more than one sales page. So if you were doing some kind of promo, whether there's a new bonus or something, blah, blah, then you can make a sales page and you can duplicate one you already made and just make changes to the duplicate one. So it's possible to make a lot of different new things or something. Now, this is what it looks like if you start on a new sales page. And this is in Danish, so don't be confused, but this is just the header. And what we are looking at here is it starts here on the header thing. And what you can do here is that you can make a text header or you can make an image header. So if you have some kind of graphic you want to put in here, then it's possible. And that is the place that you would upload your really big image if you are using that method that I'm using of making a really huge image over in Canva and just uploading that whole thing. So that would be the place to go do that. Otherwise, you will just make a nice headline. And as you can see, it folds around the page as the size goes. So the more thing you write, the smaller it would be. Let's see. So it's going to look like this. It's updating here, yeah? And you can choose another font. There's not so many to be chosen from. You can choose another font. Okay, it doesn't look like it's doing anything actually, but it sometimes just updates it a little later or something. It's when you save it. It's not the best, but it's workable. Yeah, you can choose another color for your headline. All this stuff here. I'm not going to go into that so much, but it's pretty easy to figure out. Now you can see here there's an auto fit headline to width. You can also choose not to have that if you want. So here we have a sub headline. Something. Also another font if you want another color, blah, 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 all this stuff here. So now we go to body content. This is where you can write a lot of stuff and put in if you have a video sales letter or some other video, whatever, you can put that in here. It is not very customizable, and that's why I'm using that picture thing where I upload an image instead of having a lot of things here, because it's actually the only thing I can do here is put in some text. I put in, hi there, this, and then I buy this if you need help. Okay. Sorry. Oh, let's see. Here we go. So I can only do a headline at the moment. I think they are working on making it even better. But anyway, I can only make a headline and a text. So it's not very customizable. And also when I upload an image, I'm not really able to move it around so much and make it, for instance, beside the text, or you cannot really do so much in the graphic sense. So I'm not so happy with this feature here. However, you can also upload HTML. So if you have something in another code and you want to just put it in there, you can do that. And you can put in YouTube videos, everything. Like just click this button and then you'll be in the backend area. Here you can see there's the code. So if you have anything you want to embed, it's possible. So this is the way you can go around that one. Then you have the call to action box. This is the green area here. You can choose another color, and you can put in the body text. You can choose another color for the button and all that here. Yeah. And this is a standard text down here. Then you can put in some social features. You can show Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. Comes up here so people can share this if they want. And you can add and allow people to comment on the page if you want. I haven't not used that. And then there's the last thing is advanced, and it is CSS custom code, and this is only for programmers, and I'm not going to go into that. I have no idea how this works actually. I haven't used it, but it's possible if you have a coder, you can make them do any type of landing page for you if you want a sales page in here. Okay, so let's save this one. And immediately when you save it, it will jump out. So don't be alarmed. It's not going to just save it and leave you there. It's going to save it and put you out here where you can see it again. And there will be a little moment before it creates the screenshot, but then you can see your screenshot here, and you will get the URL to send people to if this is the way you want to sell your product. And of course, if people press this button, they will be sent to the order form. So this is working seamlessly, and no problem here. If you want to edit it, it's up here. It's a little bit, sometimes I was looking for it for a long time, because I can press the screenshot and I can see it, but I cannot edit it. So I'm going up here, I can edit it. I can view it up here also. Yeah. So I click here, I will go in and edit it again. We're not going to do that now. Okay, so last feature here now is that we want to have an upsell, for instance. This is, of course, only if you have more than one product you're selling. But if you have something that you want to sell after they bought this one, then upsells are possible. And this, what you do right here, is that you can make either you can choose another product to be the upsell or downsell for this product, or you can make this product that we're doing here able to be an upsell or downsell for another product. Yeah, I hope this makes a little bit of sense. But this product, let's say that we want to give a discount for this product here. So I have press this one here, then I can make upsell for MailChimp, for instance. If I have a product like that, I can make a lot of different upsells for different things. So I can make sales pages that have a different text and stuff on it. Then I make a sales page here. It's not very elaborate, and I'm using it again with an image from Canva, or with a video or something. I can say you might also want this, and then put in an image. Let's say, let me just put in something I put in recently. Okay, and so now down here we have a possibility to make a yes button or no link, and we can make a text here. So this is a yes, please, I want that, and this is a sorry, no, thank you, I'm good. Sorry, so yeah. There's a lot of psychology around what to put here. I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, you can choose your own links and labels here. Okay, so now it's saying, okay, which price do you want to use for this upsell here? And so what it's saying here is that which price is going to be the basis of the upsell. That is, we're going to do a discount or something here. So what we do is that we say, okay, this is the normal price. This is our list price. This is what the product normally costs on our page when we're not doing a promotion or whatever. So I can say, no discount. I just want to give this people the option to buy this product. I'm not going to give them a discount. This is a possibility. Or you can make a percentage. So you say, okay, this is always a 50%, for instance, of the usual price, which is 100 krona. Or I can make it a fixed amount, and the discount amount will then be deducted from the normal price. So what I put in here is what will be deducted. So I say, for instance, this is 40 krona, and so this product will be costing me now 60 krona if I buy it from an upsell. Okay, this is also again advanced settings. If you want something, you can do stuff here. Let's just make this upsell available here. Okay, so now this one here is a possibility if I have another product and I want to offer this product when people have bought this other product. Yeah, and now I want to say, okay, when people buy this test program, I also want to offer them something else. Okay, let's see what we want. Add your first upsell. And now here I have different products that I have already created as possibilities for upsells or downsells. So what I can choose here is those three down here. Okay, for instance, I have a membership. Okay, I want to give them this subscription with a 75% discount. So this is what I will choose and add this as an offer. Okay, now I've made this the first option. When they buy my test program, I can now send them to this, and if they say yes, I can add another upsell, and I can also add a downsell. And I can do nothing also. Maybe I haven't done anything, but this is just, okay, a possibility. So if you have endless amounts of products, or you have 2 or 3, whatever, you can add them here as no. If they didn't buy the subscription, you can add another, that's a downsell, and you can add an upsell if they say yes. Okay, these 2 things, they can of course also be the same product and the same price. It's actually not that it looks at what price is it that you put in here. It's just an option to add something else that you will offer people when they bought the first thing. But this is an advanced thing, and it's of course when you have more than one product. So it's not the first thing you have to think about. It's just that it is a possibility. So yeah, okay, let's see if there's any questions. Okay. Any of you guys are still here? If you have any questions, I can see now that this, I've actually only about 3 people live right now, so it's not so many, but I'm just going to go on and tell a little bit more. Anyway, there's the feature around putting your lists into Simplero, so you can use this as your autoresponder, because it's also possible, and it's a really nice feature. Let's go have a look at that. And this goes on over here in lists. Now, as you can see here, I have a lot of people on here, different lists, and they are small and big lists and all that stuff. I can just make a lot of different lists, and I can make a new list for if I want, and let's do that just to show how that works. Here we go. So this is a test. Out here is just put in what is my name, all this stuff. That's always something that they take from my general settings, so it's just going in here. Here I can say if I want to get a notification every time new person subscribes, I can get that. I don't not need that, but it's a possibility. I haven't used this. I don't actually know what this is for, so sorry. Then you can make a header and footer that is optional. It's not something you have to change on every email. It's something that it also takes from your general settings. Here you can add triggers, and that is also if people sign up to this, you can make other things happen. If you, for instance, also want them to be signed up over at another list or something, or take them off a second list or something, you can add them here. Let's just create this here. All right. So here's our list. Now we have to do different stuff with this. So first of all, what you will do if you have a list somewhere else is that you can do this regular stuff that is pretty general for a lot of email autoresponders, is that you can either paste them in here, and then what you would do is that you put in email, name, whatever, everything, the data you have, next line, next email, all that stuff. So you can, for instance, do it from a text file or something. You can also make a list from a product. You don't have to do this every time you make a new product, because you're also able to write people a broadcast or send them an email from another this thing down here called broadcast. So, but if you have somehow a need to make a list from a product, you can do that. Otherwise, if it's from a different email autoresponder, you upload the famous CSV file, and it's very easy to get this in here. I haven't really put anything up here for demonstrating, but it's pretty straightforward. So if you have any issues with this, always the help button up here, and they'll help you really quick. So yeah, I'm not going to go into these details here now. Otherwise, I will see configure here. This is what we already did. Okay, so we're not going to do this. Confirmation. This is something that divides people, because you can require subscribers to confirm by clicking a link in an email. This is recommended because it gets 0 spam emails and you will get no problems, but you don't have to do it. You can take it off, then people don't have to confirm when they get on the list. If you are uploading a list from somewhere, you would like to take this away first. Otherwise, all these people that you've uploaded, they will be sent a confirmation subscription email. So no, not a good idea to have this on. But otherwise, if you want to have people to get this email so they can confirm, then you can make your text here. Yeah. So here you can see what I put in here. This is something from another list, whatever, and all this stuff comes out here. Then down here, sorry, you can make a custom subscribe page or a custom required information page, or you have unsubscribe successfully page if you need it to be something else than what Simplero will use. They will just send you to a very simple page if you don't. That's you don't have to do anything here. You can do if you want, if it's necessary. Yeah. So let's tick that off. All right. Content. Now this is nice if you are offering a freebie. So if you want people to have something right away when they sign up to your list, here's where you add it. So you can have audios, videos, whatever. They will get access to it after subscribing. So this works exactly the same way as the other things. It comes up with this window, you upload it, you have already done it, you can search for it. Okay, just one small tip. I don't know if you have any problems. If you can't remember what your thing is called, you can always just search on A or something, and it will give you a list of almost everything you have. It's taking a while. Anyway, so it has a long list now, because if you have the recently added, it's not very long, that list, and you can't remember, but you can scroll down through all the stuff that you ever uploaded here. Yeah. So let's say that that I want to give them this. This is a video. We add this here. So now this will be available for them if they sign up, and this is a freebie. I can also give them an access to a space. If you make some kind of an offer that they get access to something if they subscribe to your list, fine. They can you can make a space for that, and they can get access here. All right. Sign up forms. We also have to look at that. Now this is what you will have to use if you are using some sort of landing page system. That could be lead pages, ClickFunnels, other stuff that has some kind of integration with sign-up forms, or if you want to have a small landing page for yourself. Yeah. So this is the one you click. Now this is the name you give it, and this is, for instance, I can call this for integration. Let's say this is my thing I need for integration with other stuff. Then I would just put this here. Now I'm not actually sure that I'm doing it right. Let's just see if I might have to revise this. Anyway, this is for creating opt-in forms in other websites. Let's see here. Yeah. Just gonna have a look at this here. Now go back to sign-up forms here. If I click here, yeah. You don't have to do this if you're just integrating with other people's stuff, other systems. This is the one you take, the one I did out there, which is called default. You just take this code down here, and you put that into the area that is designed for that in whatever program you're using. If you're using some kind of like lead pages or ClickFunnels or whatever, you just take this or you send it to your web person. Yeah. But anyway, you can also do these sign-up forms out here. This is the integration form that you can make a box appear on your website or integrate it on some other place, or we can make a new one. Let's see, we can make a landing page. Full landing page can include video, graphics, lots of copy, and more. And this is the same type of landing page that we did before with the sales pages. So that was exactly the same layout. You can do exactly the same things. So let's just see what happens with a simple box instead here. Oh, sorry, I have to put a name. Let's see. So the symbol box, it's very, very basic. Yeah, you can make a little bit of text. And let's see, this is a basic settings, call to action box. You can put in your text here, sign up, or updates. See how it looks. We can put in some, you can put in a video, you can put in some text. It will just appear like a box on their screen when they see it. Let's put in a video just for shows. See what happens here. If I have something. Let's just put in this one here. Okay. You can change all the colors, all that stuff again, yeah? And you save the changes. And again, we wait for a little while and it will show up a preview of it. Or we can just, you can get the link for it here. And we can just have a look at it now. Let's see how that looks here. So this is a very small, if any of you use MailChimp or those type of email autoresponders, this is the type of sign-up page that you can also get there. So this is what people will look at if you just use the simple box. And it's pretty standard and not very big or anything. So otherwise use the big sales page instead if you want it bigger. This is the possibilities. All right. So what you do if you can again have here digital downloads, add PDFs, videos, also all the stuff here. Yeah. All right. Let's just have a quick look at broadcasts. This is also what people will be using a lot. I'm just gonna check for questions again. All right. Okay. Broadcasts, that is emails that you're sending out to your lists. And what you can do here is that you can send out either to your email list or to people who bought your products, and you can include and exclude people. So it's really quite nice. And I'm going to use this more than I'm using Simplero now. So you can get rid of Simplero if you want. Actually, sorry, no. What I'm saying, I'm saying I'm going to use this instead of MailChimp because Simplero has those features that I need, and MailChimp is not necessary anymore. Sorry. So what I do if I want to make an email to some kind of list is that I go in here and I create a new broadcast. And so I give it a name, and this is the subject that people will look at when they see it. So hurry, important, something. Yep. So here is the sender information, which is the same as in my general settings. We go to the next one. I'll add my body text, and I can add images, videos, all that stuff. It's the same as all over. So it's just hi there, important notice, something. I can't do a lot of graphic stuff yet. I can do images, but it's usually a good idea just to put in some text and some links and whatever. So let's just say that this is it. Go on to the next one. So I can now send this as a preview to myself, so you can see how it looks, that the links work, all that stuff. It's very recommended to do that. I put in my email where I wanted to send, and once you put it in once, you can just click on the email next time you want to send it, and they will send it preview to this email address. So it will save your email address for later. Yeah, nice feature. So now you have to choose the recipients, and this is done down here. And now we have the fun, yeah, because the first thing we get is the lists, and I have a lot of lists in here. We can just have a little quick look down here. And when we go further down, we'll have all my products. And then if I click these include or exclude, I will then add and exclude people from this broadcast that I'm sending out. And this is nice to know because you can also send to your affiliate programs. Those people who are signed up for that, you can send out an email to them and say, now there's a new promo, use this, blah, blah, blah. So you can send this out to your affiliate people. There's a tag feature. We can't go into this today, but anyway, that is also possible to add people like that. Then we have, for instance, the situation that I'm promoting a product that I created before, and I'm going to sell it again. And I don't want people that already bought this to see the new promotion. So I can just send it out to my whole list. For instance, maybe I have this my newsletter list here. So I'm sending it out to everyone on this list. But I am going to exclude it from everyone who bought this product, for instance, because it's about that product. I don't want them to have this promotion. So I'm going to exclude them. And you can also exclude by email if you have certain people you don't want to have seeing stuff. Yeah, whatever. So let's save this one. And over here, now you'll see all these people here delivering to about 2,058 people, and it will not send it out to duplicate addresses. So if you're using several lists, and people won't be having to get 10 emails, they'll just, if they're on several lists, they'll only get one. And it can see here, okay, so 8 people who are on this list, they bought this and they will not get this email. Okay, so now you can schedule delivery. And this works also pretty nice. It says now or at a specific time. I want to deliver this at Saturday at, set the time zones is down here. So I want to deliver this at Saturday at 9:26, let's say AM instead, in morning. All right. And I can save changes here. All right. And now we're actually ready. You have to send this if you want to. And it's down here, queue for delivery. If it's not put on any schedule, it will just say send now or something down here. Yeah. So you queue this for delivery. Let's do that. See what happens. Okay, so now this says, oh, this one is queued. And so you can see, you can just check that the day is right and everything. And if you want to cancel, and I do, because I am not putting any of this out to my email list, I just cancel it. Yeah. And it's still there. It is still in as a draft. So if I want to do something with it later, I can. So now you can see here, it's just in a draft spot here. And I don't need this now, so I can just delete it. But anyway, it will not be just completely gone if you don't want to send it out anyway. So you can go back and reschedule or something like that. All right. Yeah, anyway, I think that is, we've been doing this for an hour and a half. There's a lot of stuff still about different things. I would just mainly say that I think you should very much consider using Stripe. That is a very good feature. And if you go down to your general settings, this is the payment processors that you're going to use. Stripe here is a very, very nice, very nice way to sell your stuff. It is so much better than all other things that I have used. So please look into that. You can also change in your general settings your colors and graphics, your email templates, and your product catalog. Now we found it. I was looking for it before. Now it's down here. I don't know why it's there anyway, but it is. You can do a lot of stuff here. And if there's anything that you really want to do in Simplero and you don't know how, or something is you're in doubt about something is working all right, have you done it right, or whatever. For instance, buying your own product is a good way to check that everything is working well. And if you buy your own product, it's very easy to just refund it to yourself. So you don't have to worry about spending money on your own stuff. It's pretty easy. And let me just show you how it works when, for instance, I'm going to have a look at, let's see who bought this. We have this people here. Some people bought this product here. We can see, for instance, the participants here. Let's see. So all these people bought this. Let me just go up here. Purchases here. Now I can see that some people have paid for this. Somebody got it for free, whatever. And so what you can do here is you can click on the person who bought this. Let's just take this one here. Okay. And then you can do stuff with this payment here. So this person, she paid in installments. I can see now she paid out this very nicely. Okay, I can then refund her, or I can freebie her if I have to do this. So I can choose this here, refund, and then you will have to put in the amount that you want to refund people, and put in why they want the refund. Is just something, whatever, you put some text in here, and then you can refund and turn off their access. Then they will not be able to go into the product anymore. Or you can issue a credit and keep their access, and that is if you want to be really nice and you just say, okay, you can keep the product, I don't want your money if you don't like it, but you can keep it if you need it, so whatever. So this is the two choices, and that is what you will do if you make a test payment for your own product, so you can see if everything's working well and you're going to how the emails are going out and all that stuff. So yeah, but anyway, if you have any issues with anything, then the help area up here is really useful. And I see a lot of people putting stuff out in the Facebook group, because Simplero has a Facebook group that you can get into if you're a member, and they're putting out help related things, and I really think that's a waste of time. You should use this one in here if you're generally interested in knowing what other people are doing. Then it's a good idea to use the Facebook forum. But if you have some kind of issue, something you're not sure about, whatever, please use this one instead, because it's way better, and you get really fast support. I think it's really incredible. You have a choice to use this personal angel request. That is if it's really something that is really urgent and you need very fast help, or they can explain things to you maybe one-on-one. I'm not sure about what this is. It doesn't really say. So, but maybe you can ask if you're in doubt of this. And then there's one here called the house is on fire. I need a response in the next 5 minutes or someone will die. That is if it's like you're launching something and you're launching in 10 minutes and something broke and you need help right now. Of course, don't misuse this, don't abuse it, but it's a nice feature if you really need to have some help. Yeah, and then you can see here that I've had all these issues, I've solved them, and I can go back and look and see, and they're very good at giving both text replies and video replies, so they teach you where to go and do stuff if there's an issue there. So I think they have a very good support. So yeah, let me just see if there's any more questions. No more questions now. So if you have any questions, please put them in here. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap up now. Anyway, if you know of somebody who needs help and would like to have this replay, you can send them my email, and I'll gladly send them the replay. I would like to have their email to know who they are and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, there's a help site down here. It has some demo videos. It might be helpful, but they're not updating them all the time. So some of them might be a little old, and they are always changing stuff. So anyway, but you can get some video guides here. So you can go into all these things: contacts, list, products, spaces, emails, all this stuff here. Anyway, yeah, I think Simplero is very good program. I would definitely recommend it. So anyway, if you have issues, always the help is very helpful. Otherwise, if you want some kind of one-on-one help from me or something, it can be arranged. I don't do it all the time, but if there's something particular you want to discuss anything, you can send me an email, see what we can find out. Anyway, thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a good night. Tonight is it's about 20:34 for me in Denmark, and I've actually today been really happy about having this done as an online workshop, which is usually what I do, but I actually couldn't leave my house because there was very soapy snow outside my driveway, so I couldn't actually leave because I was not going to be able to drive today. So I'm really happy I didn't have to go somewhere to do this workshop. Anyway, have a nice night, and very good luck with your selling in Simplero. I'm just gonna give you a little wave over here. So, bye. Bye bye. See you online.